Continuing video on my 2002 Toyota Tundra. There was a shifter problem. The shifter wouldn't go into park. I've made one or two videos on it already. It turns out that it's not a broken shifter. It's actually a broken shaft, shifter shaft subassembly. What I'm getting ready to do now, or what I have done already, is to disconnect the battery. I used a 10mm wrench on the little nut. Don't try to get it off with pliers, it makes a mess of the nut. And next what I'm going to do is to get inside here and use a number T27, I believe they're called Torx, wrench to break that nut, or break that screw on this side. I've already undone the one on the other side. I tried to do it with the video, but it's kind of difficult to do with all the parts on the other side. I have good access to this. Okay, so you might be able to hear that snap if the airplane doesn't interfere with the sound. There you go. So now it's broken, as they call it. It's not broken, but you break the seal, the torque on it, pulling that screw out. Don't know how long that screw is. Holds the airbag in place. Once we get it out, we'll be able to remove the airbag. Must be a long screw. See why some of the other guys didn't record this. Well, I guess I'm going to have to stop the video and come back. Okay, so anyways, I got in there and loosened those screws. It was a little difficult trying to hold the camera and get in there and unscrew the screws. They're on a slight diagonal. That doesn't make anything any better. But the screws didn't completely come out. They just came loose, and I just let them sit there. And this is the airbag, and you gotta be careful with it according to everything I've heard. And that's what it looks like. So those two screws were holding it in place. The screw is right here. One screw is right here, and the other screw is right here. And I'm just going to leave them there unless they fall out. I hope that they'll stay in place so that when I get ready to put it back in, the screws are right there, setting in place and ready to go. And they screw right in here. Now I've got to figure out where I'm going to unplug the airbag. It looks like right here. It's got a slide and it's unplugged. Okay, so it's got a slide. You reach in there with your fingernail and you pull back on that slide. Where is the slide at? Oh. Oh, there it is. This white gizmo right here is a slide. Pull that back, and it comes undone. Now I'm going to disconnect. I guess this is the ground. There we go. Okay, so the airbag is disconnected, and that's what we have. In this operation, all I have to do is pull the steering wheel off. I don't know what size that nut is. I'm going to have to get a socket for it. Anyways, that's what it looks like inside. So far, not too bad. It was a scarier thought than it was in reality. Now what I've got to do is unbolt the steering wheel and then put the puller in, install the puller, which I have right there, ready to go, and pull the wheel. Stop the video to do that. I've unscrewed 3 small screws that were not very tight right here. I'm going to need to do that to remove the steering wheel. And I marked the stud and the nut here for the steering wheel. I don't know what good that does. Let's see. And I removed this. This was tucked in under here, and it snapped into place. There's a little plastic seat there that it snaps into place with. I won't try to put that back. Anyways, my next issue will be figuring out how to unplug this plastic plug. And we'll see what happens. Next, I've got to break this nut, which I've already done, but I'm saying I've got to break it because I don't know why. Anyways, I've broken the nut. I needed a larger size ratchet to break it because the smaller size, the 3/8 didn't work. It was not big enough to get enough torque on it. But anyways, see the mark, the black mark, the original black mark. So when I screw it back on, tighten it back up, I'll take it to that black mark and tighter if necessary. So let's get that off. You can see I banged up my hands working on this. Well, actually working on other things, but a little bit of working on this. I've got a separate bag for the steering wheel parts, the 3 screws,